I expect the same, but with one difference, that every time the Everton players do something well, they don't get the cheers and the reactions from 50,000 people. I don't know how many can go in Goodison Park. But our players will get that reaction after every tackle they make, after every pass they do, and that is a different emotion. But football-wise, I expect the same because this is what Everton have done in the last 9 games now, or last 10 games when David Moyes is in charge. They didn't lose one football game in the last 9 Premier League games, so it would be a surprise if they are going to do something different. And we are top of the league, so it would be strange if we are going to change something as well. Ryan is okay, although we have to train one more time, but he's okay. Ali trains with us as well. The last check has to be made. I think that's this afternoon, after the session, if he's available to play. And Connor is training with us again, but we have to make a decision on whether he's playing, and if playing means coming in or starting, that's something I keep for myself. But he's only had a few sessions after being out quite long with a repetitive injury. Is that the way you say it? Yeah. So we have to make a smart decision with that as well. Yeah, I'm hoping I will act differently next time, but I can't promise. But what I'm also sure about is that I would be so surprised if I ever will experience 8 minutes of so many controversial decisions in our disadvantage again. So yes, even if it happens, I hope I act differently. But I can't promise. But I don't think I'm going to experience that again. But you never know. Football is unpredictable. Yeah, they immediately went to the national teams, and they've played. All of them played important games over there. So when we came back, I did come back to both situations, but I think for most of them, they didn't forget because they know what have happened, and they are like me disappointed for us not winning our first trophy and being out of the Champions League. But we are also realistic, like I just said. If you played 9 games in Europe, you won 8, and you could call it unlucky by going out with penalties. That is something, I think we've tried everything in that game to go through to the next round, and I can't blame any player at all for that game. For the final, we were also outworked, and that's not what I like. Now, his situation is, unfortunately, that he's injured. Otherwise, people would have probably spoken about him, that he had 1 or 2 brilliant performances for the England team. And but he's injured, and for him, that means that he's fully focused on his recovery. And for us, that means that we're trying to help him to be back as soon as he can. And for the rest, of course, for 8 months, it went a bit up and down, maybe with all kind of talks about him, Virgil or Mo. But we've never been focused on those talks. We've always been focused on what we have to do. That for Virgil and Mo is trying to win the Merseyside derby. And for Trent, it is making sure he's fit as soon as he can.
Top